You again. Would have thought you'd gotten that. Sorry. Have you spoken to the fruit sellers outside? They sell herbals and that. Look, this whole conversation is all a bit one-sided. Do you think come back for a chat once you've got... Hey, that ain't... I'll give it to you if you just... I'll take that nonsensical mumble as a no. I'll give it to you if you just... I'll take that nonsensical mumble as a no. I'll give it to you if you just... I'll take that nonsensical mumble as a no. I'll give it to you if you just... I'll take...
Whoa there, Echo Man. That's far enough.
Don't mind him. His bark is worse than his bite. But if you ain't got the kind, you better start walking. Still open? We never close.
Yay.
Here at Fruit for Sale, we pride ourselves on providing the finest range of fresh fruit. Exotic spice. Nowhere else will you find such rarities as the Argonian bouncing vine fruit, Studgemore virgin rose root, or even, although our reputation lies in selling the finest quality imports, we also offer a value range, catering to our lesser fortunate customers. Often misshapen, soured, or slightly fungal, our value range of fruit and spices offer the same medical benefits of fresh goods, only with the occasional bouts of vomit. I've got to admit, you can't imagine you're half as fun normally. Would you look at... I think he's lost the plot.
Sure.
You still... Ah, so after some Medusa root I see. Gonna cost ya, that stuff ain't... 10 gold...
Don't look like he's got the
Aye, that's tough luck, kid. Maybe a good old-fashioned potato will do the trick.
Oi, keep your wee little hands off. You don't need your hands to look. I haven't any time for chit-chat. Stop bothering me. Be off with you. Keep your grubby hands off. That furnace is operating at a finely tuned temperature. I don't need pesky halflings messing it up. Leave me alone.
I can really say pretty much.
kiss. Oh, hello there, handsome. Come on.
So after some Medusa root, I see. Don't cost ya. That stuff ain't cheap. 10 gold coins. Pleasure doing business with ya.
Wow, I feel better already. For a moment there, I thought I'd be stuck like that forever. Maybe folk will start taking me more seriously now. Maybe.
Well, I'll be damned. Tomber!
Now, that's more like it.
Can't believe I didn't recognize you for. How'd you mess up your face all like that?
Ugh, I've had the worst day, Barrick.
Need somebody's ear to bend? I'm here all day.
Well, after what seemed like a fairly successful birthday shift, I thought it rude but not sample a few of the drunken monk's finer beverages.
Wise.
This led deep into the night until dawn, for when I thought it appropriate to retreat into my dorm at the castle spire. Unfortunately, it became apparent this morning that I was missing a few things, hence my appearance.
Oh? Well, That's a mighty unlucky turn of events, son.
You're telling me?
On the plus side, though, things can't get much worse. In fact, I've got something that'll make them half-inch better. Have a look in the chest. Keys hidden in the usual place.
It's locked tight. Barrack said the key is in the usual place. It's so big, I don't know where I'd put it. It's so big, I don't know where I'd put it. Should be in here somewhere. Bingo! Aha, so that's where it was.
Kept it safe for you, Tonti.
It's a little crowded here. I'd rather get changed somewhere more private. If you'll excuse me. Ta-da!
Gotta admit, you did look kinda messed up earlier, even for you.
Sorry about earlier, man. No hard feelings, eh?
Hey there!
Ah, yes, Tonbert, isn't it?
That's me.
And how can I help you today, Tonbert?
So, tell me everything you know about the castle.
My pleasure. You've come to the right man. I've lived behind these walls since long before any of you folk were born. Simpler times they were.
How so?
Well, it was all bricks and mortar back in my day. None of these fancy flags and shiny floors. You see, we weren't the first folk to live in Wrinklewood. Quite the opposite.
What do you mean?
Well, long before your king, there was another, and another there before. The first king of Wrinklewood was nothing more than a bully and a thief. An entitled rich boy from the Southern Kingdoms who stopped at nothing to get what he desired. A man with absolutely no respect for those who came before him. He raided the town and murdered its occupants, paving the way for his entitled regime. What was once a sacred house of worship became his home.
You mean the castle?
Exactly. He filled the halls with this cheap tat and paved over the entranceway to the catacombs.
You mean to say there are people buried underneath the castle?
Doesn't really feel right, does it? Anyway, he didn't last long. Was soon overthrown by one of the Alcafard brothers, Pembrim. Pembrim Alcafard was a wicked man. Much like his predecessor, he was interested in little but riches and wealth. Pembrim reigned over Wrinklewood for many years, as I sat by and watched what was once a beautiful, civilized town become nothing more than another cog in the Alcafard war machine. That's why there's so many of you guards. After the war, there was nothing left to fight for. The Alcafard brothers had conquered the lands and left no stone unturned. Soon, Pembrim grew tired, disbanded his post and set course back to the Southern Kingdoms. Of course, someone had to pick up the pieces. That's where Theodore came in.
King Theodore! Woo!
I couldn't have been happier when Theo took the reins. Such a kind fellow. He was exactly what this town needed.
That he is. I couldn't imagine a better man for the job.
Quite. I could certainly imagine a few worse. Well, I guess that's about it. Any questions?
What do you know of the wildlands beyond the gates?
Only that which I've seen in my youth. There's the Elder Scar, formed thousands of years ago after the first fight of gods and men. The Deadwoods, a deep, sprawling maze of withered oak filled with unimaginable terrors. Not for the light of heart, I assure you. Beyond that is the greater northern region. I've yet to meet any man who dare venture into those treacherous peaks. Oh, and I hear we now have an outbreak of wrinkleworm, not far north of the town gates.
Wrinkleworm?
Ghastly things, fully grown, they're the size of a house, with jaws the size of doors.
Should we not be a little concerned?
Not a lot we can do. Besides, it seems to have nested ready for the winter months.
Yikes, well, thanks. I'll be sure to give that one a miss. What do you know of the wild...
Only that which I've seen there's not for the beyond. Oh, gosh.
Should we not... Yikes, I'll be sure... I've heard a lot of talk of the Southern Kingdoms.
South of Wrinklewood are many kingdoms, towns, ports, and cities. There's the 7 cities of Alcafard, the port of Bezelwick, the sprawling farmland of Daphna, Hardington House, and Chiseldine, to name a few. Travel even further, and you'll come across the Southern Kingdoms, a place where the rich and wealthy gorge themselves on fancy wine and expensive cheeses.
That sounds delightful.
You wouldn't like it. They eat fish for breakfast.
Ugh.
Right, of course. If you'd like to know more, you can always consult a tome from the castle library.
I might just do that. Thanks.
Not a problem, sir.
That was very informal.
You touch me, I break Tiny Man, and I make white skin soup.
Tombert, you're looking better.
You guys suck.
Did I just hear that right?
Don't appreciate that tone of voice, Tombert.
But you had me kicked out of the castle in my blooming long johns.
No. How exactly was we to know that was you?
Yeah, you weren't exactly talking proper.
Didn't make no sense from what I heard.
And yet, normally you're so quick to notice my dwarven roots.
Lot of dwarves about.
Yeah, you ain't so special.
Normally have beards though, wouldn't you say?
He's playing silly buggers with you.
You looking for an encore? Dusty?
No, wait a second. Look, I'm really sorry. I was just frustrated. It's been a rough morning. I've overstepped my mark.
Look, Bobby's shaking.
I'm really sorry, guys. I just wanted to see the king.
What you want Dusty for? I'm not sure. Do we have a problem here, Tombert?
Certainly not. No, nada. No, cheers. Were just on my way. It was lovely talking to you, fellas.
All right, Dusty. That'll be all. Dusty tired. King will be very happy to see you, Tombert. Here, give him this when you see him.
What is it?
Nothing fancy, is it?
No, nothing interesting. Just some pantry requisition or something. Go on your way.
Psst, Knuckles, did he take it? Delivering the message as we speak.
Man, you guys are too hard on him.
Rather him than me.
I'll drink to that.
What do you think the king will do?
Beats me. Ain't gonna be pretty.
Only time will tell.
Ah, Tonbert, where have you been, lad?
My apologies, sir. You see, I've had the worst.
Yes. You see, I've looked everywhere. Would you happen to know where my daughter is?
No, my lord. Not seen Miss Fairman since the tournament.
Crafty little whippersnapper. Oh, what's that you've got there, lad?
Here you go, my lord. Believe it's a pantry requisition.
Right. At the hour of sunrise this morn.
Ready?
Okay. Fool's Gold, Act 4. And... Tybalt! Start the bleeding camera! Action!
There once was a man with the will of a warrior. He guarded the kingdom whilst most laid their head. To carry his duties through ice, wind and rain. To know that his efforts are never in vain. I guess that's my singing practice done for today. Oh boy, I can't wait to eat supper. I'm a poor orphan and I haven't eaten in 4 days. Oh no, who is this strange man approaching me?
I'm here to take all your gold.
But I'm but a poor orphan peasant and I don't have any money.
Then I will take your loot.
No, anything but my music.
What is that? Oh, the crystal's gone again. I told you not to buy the cheap ones.
Oh my.
Bloody idiot! The king will have our heads for this.
Definitely something bad going on over there. Do you guys not hear that?
Surprise! The look on your face, priceless. Anyway, you're coming with me.
Princess Fairman is... missing!
Oh, God. Sir, you... Never fear, sir. Tomber Willer, he will save her. You can be sure of that. I'll go to the end of the world for Theremin. I mean, hopefully I won't have to. I'm sure she's not gone that far, right? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna leave now.
I'm telling you, mate, this ain't no taxi.
Silence! I demand you take me beyond the scar.
No, not gonna happen, mate. You can stand there all day for what I care. Ain't nothing stopping me from doing my job.
Tundra Expelsi!
Why'd you do that?
What's the matter, Tomber? King not like the news?
I can't believe you guys.
Hey, somebody had to tell him.
Yeah, and you were so insistent on us letting you in. Just made sense, you know?
Please tell me someone is out there looking for her.
Oh, don't worry, you little lad.
Yeah, we got the Knights of Wrinklewood to handle that one. 4 of Wrinklewood's most decorated heroes rode out of those gates this morning.
But they're old and, well, quite rotund.
Hey, it's not my place to comment on the physical stature of those lads.
Yeah, King pays them boys a pretty penny for their troubles. Yeah, I'm sure they'll have her back in no time at all. Meanwhile, I suggest you find someone else to bother.
Yeah, scram, kid. We've seen enough of you.
Poor Theremin. The Knights of Wrinklewood are no match for what lives beyond those gates. They're veterans, not heroes. There must be something I can do. I'm not ready to just sit by and wait for the funeral. Not again. Damn it, Tomber, think! Ugh, that's not important now. That's it. The note said that the princess vanished this morning while filming the final act of her new flicky, Fool's Gold. The scene took place up on Lover's Walk, cast against the morning sunrise. I bet there I'll find a clue to solving this whole mess. This is my one chance to prove myself. I can't cock this up.
I bet you will.
Sorry, Tomber, can't let you past. I happen to be looking after an important crime scene, one which you're not allowed in.
Hey, have you got a minute?
Doesn't look like I'm going anywhere fast.
Tell me everything you know about the kidnapping.
Why?
I need to know every last detail. It's really important.
Well, I wasn't there or anything. All I know is what Hendrik told me.
Tell me what he told you.
Just there was this big flash in the sky, then the cinemagraph thing broke. Before they knew it, there's this big old bang and everyone started freaking out. It wasn't until they stopped screaming that they realised Theremin was missing.
So it was definitely some kind of witchcraft?
Seems so. If you want to know more, you should go talk to Hendrik. He was there when all this happened.
Remind me, who's Hendrik?
Big fella, with the beard. He's got hair the colour of flame. Guy knows more about a kidnapping than anyone.
Let's chat. You're new here, right? Tell me a little about yourself.
I'd rather not.
Huh?
Honestly, I'm really not in the mood, Tombert. Save it for another day, yeah?
Oh, okay. Hope you feel better soon. Anything new to report?
Since when have I reported to you?
Hey, we're on the same team here. You not see anything, suspicious?
No, mate, same old.
Well then, keep your eyes peeled.
Whatever you say, Tombert.
Thanks. Catch you later.
Aye.
He's not going to let me take that. Besides, it's pretty big. As much as I'd like a fancy hat with bells and that, I don't think he'll let me take it. He's not going to let me take it. Not that I have much use for a broken guitar. It looks nice and fluffy, but I don't think he'll let me take it. A big fluffy thing on a stick. I don't think he's going to let me take that tape. Look, I'm parched. I'd like nothing more than to stop for a glass of the monk's finest. Before I do that, I need to talk to the townsfolk. Hey, Hendrik, what's up with you?
Don't take me away!
Easy, fella. It's me, Tombert.
Oh God, Tombert, the things I've seen. I've seen the darkness, the end.
Oh, come on. We've all been there. One too many drinks. Everything is spinning. You're there, crying on the bathroom floor, waiting to die.
It's not like that. This was clear as day. The whole kingdom was on fire. We saw the castle burn to the ground.
That's silly. The castle's made of stone. What about Ferriman? Did you see who took her?
When I came to, she was gone. Nothing left but a busted up loot. The other guys didn't see nothing neither.
So no one saw anything? The princess just disappeared, just like that?
Gone, without a trace. If you ask me, I'd say it was an inside job. Someone drugged the morning grove, for sure. I ain't ever had a dream that was so real, you know?
Well, if that was the case, how come the cinemagraphers didn't see anything?
Exactly! That's why we locked them up. Smart, eh? You've got to watch your back. Never know who they might take next.
Right, so what you're saying is you have absolutely no idea where Ferriman is, and you're just going to sit here hiding?
I'm on Overwatch.
Sure, looks like it.
Look, that's all I've got, mate. I'll have you know I've had a very stressful morning.
Not half as bad as Ferriman's, I'll bet. Well, you've been incredibly unhelpful. Thanks.
Wait! Tombert!
Yes?
The boys did spot some dodgy bloke stumbling into the mug. He's pissed, isn't you? No way he could have pulled it off. Funny though, I've never seen him around these parts till today. It's a bit suspicious if you ask me.
Well, that's something, I guess. I'll see if I can get some sense out of it. Cheers!
Don't let your guard down, Tonty. You never know who they'll take next.
Hey there!
Keep your hands to yourself.
Have you got a minute to talk?
He speaks. I see that Medusa root did the trick. What can I help you with, lad?
So, what's your story?
Story? What do you mean, lad?
Well, you know, tell me about yourself. A man of your stature must have seen his fair share of excitement.
Aye, that we have. You sure you've got the time?
Sure, I love a good backstory.
Well, it all started back in the port of Bezelwick. Barry and I was working on a job. Simple smuggling run, nothing fancy. The sort of thing we've done 100 times over. You meet a guy, pick up a package, slip the ferryman a couple of coin and drop off at the next port. It was easy work and well paid to boot. Mind you, all good things have to come to an end. You see, Barry here didn't exactly have the strongest legs for seafaring. Was that normally a problem? We just slip a couple of locust berries and sleep through the night in the ship's hold. But this particular trip went a little different. Have you ever heard of the men with no noses?
The, men without noses?
Nasty folk. Want nothing more than to take what's not theirs. You see, these are folk who live for the sea. Born and bred on nothing but hardtack and seawater. Certainly not the type you would want to spend the night with. Anyway, we was about 3 skips from our port when this monster of a vessel came out of nowhere. I looked deaf in the eye that night. Literally. Those guys look like they come fresh from the grave. Faces like a cat's arse. Skin hanging from their bones. I swear, those men ain't human. Not no more.
Didn't like the look of them one bit.
Barry here, God bless him, he saved my life. Slept through the whole ordeal, of course. Those locust berries weren't messing around. By the time he came to, the ship was empty. Nothing left but a gaping hole in the bulkhead. Barry had no choice. It was time to face his fear head on. With the lady taking water, Barry quickly fashioned himself a buoyancy aid. Strapping together beer kegs and backstays, he made a raft and took off to the ugly buggers. Me, on the other hand, well, I did what I knew best. As soon as I squatted the pan, I made myself scarce. Found a tiny little stowaway on their ship, nestled in the back of their cargo hold. Figured it safest to hide in the ship that currently wasn't being bombarded with cannonballs.
But what about Barry? You didn't try to save him?
Barry's not like you or me, son. Takes more than a few cannonballs to hurt this guy.
Aye.
Anyway, the wind was on his side and eventually Barry caught up with the ship. Slowly, he worked his way through, killing anyone who stood in his way. From the poop deck to the cockboat, to the gallery to the guns. Barry would seek vengeance however he saw fit. Meanwhile, I had discovered the booty of all booties. These men had the biggest haul of contraband I'd ever seen. Rows upon rows of crates, full to the brim with exotic spices and spirits. This was not an opportunity I was going to pass on. Anyway, Barry turned up, we commandeered the ship and sailed it back to the nearest port. The rest is history.
Wow, you guys are awesome! So, that's how you got all those exotic fruits and spices?
Most of them, yeah. We still need to top up from time to time. Having our own belt helps.
Wow, you could have been shackled and sold for labour if it wasn't for Barry. Or worse.
Like I said, I owe him my life.
You don't owe me nothing, boss.
Aw, guys.
So lad, what are you buying?
So, do you sell anything else? Besides, like, spices and fruits, I mean?
Not often. We get the occasional vintage cheese or preserve, that sort of thing. Why'd you ask?
Just wondering.
Well, be sure to stop by often. Our stock is always changing.
We had truffles last week. Bloody lovely they were.
Aye, polished them right off.
Neat. Why stay here, though, in Wrinklewood?
Well, you see, after our somewhat troublesome time as seafaring folk, I made a promise to Barry. We set up shop just about as far away from any port as possible. He was never a fan of the Big Blue, and well, I was getting a little sick of our attack by that point. So we travelled north and settled in the last town before the snow hits.
And here you are.
Yup, charming little place really. Nothing to bother us here.
Well, here's to many more years of peace and quiet.
I'll drink to that.
Aye, the easy life.
So, where were you when the sun rose this morning?
Well, ain't that a mighty specific question? What's all this about?
Afraid I'm not at liberty to say. Just answer the question.
Well, I mean, I was sleeping.
And your friend here, Barry?
Yoga.
Yoga?
Yup.
Barry here had a very particular morning routine. Likes to start each day like it was his last.
It's important to look after your inner self, as well as the vessel you embody.
Wow, would never have put you as one of them mumbo-jumbo types.
Nothing wrong with wanting to look after yourself. Just you wait till you hit 30, lad. All downhill from there.
Right, well, I guess I got that to look forward to. So, would either of you have happened to seen anything suspicious this morning? Suspicious folk, new faces, anything like that?
What about that guy you was talking about this morning? You remember him, Barry? The geezer with the crooked smile?
Yup, I remember him. Didn't like the look of him one bit.
Okay, great. Did you see where he went?
He was heading for Lover's Walk, I'm sure of it.
That's where the princess was. So, a description. What did he look like?
Young fella, not a looker. Was wearing this big old cloak, dark as the night sky.
Anything else?
Sorry, these peepers ain't what they used to be.
Well, thanks. You've been a lot of help.
Don't mention it, kid. Can't have no good folk like that hanging about. Bad for business.
Well, don't you worry. I'll have this cleared up in no time. Ain't much that gets past Wrinklewood's favourite guard.
Who's that then?
Oh, never mind. Thanks. It's been...
Has, something taken your fancy?
Actually, I have a few questions if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. Always got time for my paying customers. You've got money, right?
Tell me about yourself, Sam.
Well, what would you like to know?
How about the story behind this here shop? Mighty fine collection of things you've got.
Why, thanks, Tonbert. Well, it's not that exciting, really. My father is a highly respected scholar and a mean adventurer to boot. He spends his life travelling far and wide, writing great stories of his discoveries. Every few moons he drops by, restocking the shop with all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Most of it is junk, but with the right marketing, you can sell anything. So, that's about it. I've never actually gone with him, but I've sure heard a lot of stories.
Wow, so all these things were found on different adventures?
That's right. It's like a game to him. Always trying to bring back something new and exciting.
Your dad seems like a cool guy.
Sure is.
You sure have a lot of reserved items.
Yep. Folk normally snap up the good stuff early on. If you'd like, I can sign you up to our mailing list. We're GDPR compliant. That way you'll know as soon as we get new stock.
That'd be great. Thanks.
No problem. I'll drop it by the castle with Barracks.
Barrack is a member?
Sure is. He picked up a novelty pulley this morning.
Awesome! Secret club!
Shh! Secrets!
So, where were you when the sun rose this morning?
Sleeping. Like any normal person would. Why'd you ask, Tonbert?
Well, as it happens, I'm investigating a matter of the utmost importance.
Oh, do tell.
I'm afraid to say our dear Princess Ferriman has been kidnapped.
Ferriman? No way!
Yep, but hey, look, I'm gonna get her back. I just need to figure out how, exactly. I don't even know where she's gone.
Well, if anyone can do it, you can, Tonbert.
Thanks, Sam. So, seen anything suspicious?
No, you're my first customer. Although, the weirdest thing happened this morning.
Oh, do tell.
Well, there's not much to it. It's just that when I opened the shop this morning, our entire stock of novelty daggers was missing. Gone. Just like that. No sign of a break-in.
That sounds mighty suspicious to me. I'll write it down in my report. Thanks, Sam.
Happy to help. So, you gonna buy anything?
Thanks for the chat. Actually, I have a few...
Sure, you've got money.
So...
Sleeping. Why'd you ask?
Well, as it happened...
Oh!
I'm afraid to say our dear Princess... Yep, but hey, I just need to figure out... I don't even know where she...
Well, if anyone can...
Thanks, Sam. So,
No, although... Well, are in... Gone.
Alright, thanks, Sam.
Happy to... So...
You've not had anyone causing a...
Nothing out of the ordinary. Why'd you ask?
Just doing my job. You let me know if there's any...
Don't see much bother around these parts, but I'll be sure to let...
Thanks, Sam.
Don't mention it.
Thanks for the chat.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Right, well, make it quick.
So, what are you up to?
Just turning the soil, ready for planting.
Oh, I think it's been turned enough.
Oh no, you see, it's gotta be real nice and fluffy, like a cloud. A black, thunderous cloud torn against the night sky.
Weird. I like your eye patch.
Thank you. It's become as much a part of me as the skin on my bones.
Do you ever take it off?
The world isn't ready to see the horror forsaken upon me.
Oh, right.
Please do not pity me. Save your apathy for my brothers.
Your brothers?
The Sons of Liberty. Liberty was my mother, a kind woman with a heart of gold. Widowed and left to care for triplets. Eli, George and I. David. Despite our differences, my brothers and I worked hard to make a name for ourselves. Before long, our agricultural activities had earned up quite a desirable reputation. We clipped shrubs for the King and Queen of Westbridge, cultivated fruit for the Duke of Davner, and of course, tended the flora at the Castle Wrinklewood.
That's where I live.
Aye, a place I have not stepped foot in for 20 years.
Wow, that is a long time. So, why'd you stop working at the castle?
It's dangerous work being a groundsman. You never know what might be lurking behind a begonia.
Ain't that the truth?
We were young and careless. We had no idea such slippery beasts lurked behind those walls. I still remember the look in their eyes. As the scaled beast whipped his twisted toils around their necks, and just like that, the Sons of Liberty were no more.
That's so sad.
I will never forget that morning.
So, why the eye patch?
Oh, right, one of the snakes bit me, you see.
Ah, of course, yep.
I thought that was obvious. Maybe I need to work on the delivery.
Well,
right, you...